So come and rest your bones with me. I'm driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. Thank you. So anyway, my name is Michael Lynch, and I'm a singer-songwriter from Wheaton, Illinois, originally. My journey in music has been somewhat of a different kind of journey. I kind of took a unique path, excuse me, as far as what I decided to do with my music. I didn't really get into music until I was about, let me start over. I didn't really get into singing publicly until I was about 17, 18, so my senior year of high school is when I really went out and started performing. But my whole life I've been musical. Ever since I was a little kid, I was singing all the words to the national anthem and always singing whenever I could. But I didn't do anything with it until I was 18 because I didn't think it was cool. I was always a sports guy, always playing sports. Mike knows, I used to hit home runs off him all the time.
It's all the way around.
Even though we were on the same team, but yeah, so I didn't really get into music till later on in life. But around the same time when I was getting into music, I also began to fall in love with the Spanish language. So I started learning Spanish. You got a Spanish fan over there. That's a good Spanish, but... Sí. Muy bien, ¿y tú? Look at this. I'm going to start a Spanish class right here. So I at the same time I've always been passionate about my music, but at the same time, when I started to perform, I also fell in love with Spanish, and that kind of became a part of who I am. Like I just really absorbed it. Every time I heard Spanish, something in me just would lean over, listen to conversations whenever I could. I was always just I've always been fascinated by it, would be the best way to describe. So I decided to let's skip to after high school. So after high school, I graduated high school. Yes. And went to the University of Iowa, where I went on to major in Spanish. So I was, again, focusing on my Spanish and not really knowing what to do with music because I didn't know if I was going to be able to pursue it as a career. So, stuck with the Spanish, kept taking classes. I actually did a study abroad in Mexico for a summer, and then I actually studied abroad again in Spain for an entire semester. So that was kind of my first experiences outside of the country, and it was crazy. If anybody has been able to travel or study abroad like that, the first time you leave the country, it's like, your eyes open up and you're like, what? What is this? So, especially with another language involved, when Spanish is, it's my second language, so I was just always, it's just a whole different experience in a different language. So I decided to major in Spanish, like I said, and kept pursuing music at the same time. And around that, and I guess that's kind of when music in Spanish came into my story. So that's another part of this confusing story that I'm trying to tell you guys, my life story right here. And haven't even looked down yet. I should probably figure out where I am. But so the Latin music is really what kind of opened up my eyes and ears to just a whole new experience of music. Like I've always been passionate about music. But once I heard music in Spanish, something just woke up inside me. Like I just loved it, everything about it, and that's kind of when I knew I wanted to pursue music and Spanish together for the rest of my life. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So I did the whole traveling abroad and fell in love with it. So after I graduated college, I knew I wanted to go back to Mexico. So that's what I did. I went to Mexico City and went to a music school in Mexico City, and I was there for almost a year, and that was definitely, I can say to this point, the best experience that I've ever had in my life. Just the memories that I made, the people that I met, the connections that I made, it was just an unbelievable experience. So at that same time, I created my YouTube channel. So that's where my music is kind of evolving at the same time. I made a channel on YouTube where I would upload covers in English and Spanish, and I started to get a pretty big following just on YouTube with random covers from random people watching them, and I slowly began to build a fan base with, I opened up my Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, all that at the same time, and people slowly started to follow me and what I was doing just with covers. So that's kind of been such a invaluable tool to have with YouTube, with just free promotion and just a way to get your name out there and your voice out there as a musician. And it really allowed me to, you know, build a fan base, and it was all by word of mouth. So that whole thing, it all started originally just because I wanted to pursue music in Spanish. So that's kind of what I did. I opened up the channel. I was like, I think I'm just gonna try to do this in Spanish first and see what I can get. And that's kind of what happened. Like, it was just all kind of like a word of mouth type of thing where my name just started to spread around. And after the whole Mexico experience, I know I'm jumping around again, but that was a year in Mexico that I was there, and moved back home to Chicago just for a little bit to kind of regroup and plan what my next step was going to be. And I took my talents to South Beach, as LeBron James said. I took my talents to Miami, because that's, to me, that's like the perfect place to do English and Spanish stuff. It's just, like I was telling Sylvia, it's Sylvia, right? Earlier, it's Latin America. I mean, Miami is pretty much Latin America, so you go to Miami and you're still in a different country, kind of. So to me, that's cool because I love Spanish and I love, you know, everything about the Latin culture. So that's why I went to Miami, and I was doing my music down there. I was there for about a year and a half. I did the cover band stuff and got to go on some Spanish TV shows while I was down there. There's a show called Sábado Gigante, which is like. Us Americans, we call it Sábado Gigante, though, so you have to say it like a true American. But anyway, so I was on that show, which is kind of like the equivalent to a Saturday Night Live type of like variety night show. So I got to do that. That was really cool, and did some other some TV shows, like some singing competition TV shows. That was also they were also good for me. They got my name out there again. But I knew Miami wasn't necessarily going to be the place where I was gonna break through, because I left my family and friends, everybody back here, and I just went there by myself. So I knew I needed to kind of make another transition and regroup, and so that's why I decided to move back to Chicago, and that was at the end of so that was pretty much last year. Yeah, last year I moved back from Miami. So now I moved back here in Chicago. I'm still continuing this long, confusing story. Back home, and I joined a cover band here called the Ken Arlen Orchestra, so we play at weddings and private events here in the city. But at the same time, when I did that, I started with the band and I decided to audition for a TV show called The Voice on NBC. And this started back in January, was the first audition, and I never could expect what was going to happen for the next 8 months, because I went to this first audition in January and pretty much took me on a journey all the way through that's still going on right now, because I auditioned for the show and made it all the way through, and it is actually going to be airing in 10 days on NBC. So September 23rd, you can you have to make sure to tune in, because thank you. But yeah, so I didn't have any idea what to expect when I went to that audition, because it's a reality TV show, and if anybody's familiar with reality TV and how those work, it's a lot of luck to get on a show like that. So I know luck plays a role in everything, but it was crazy, because everything just got done. We just got done filming everything, and I can't say much right now, but I can at least say to tune in. That's what I've been allowed to say. So you guys gotta tune in. On September 23rd, but yeah. So I guess just kind of what I wanted to talk about. I mean, what I wanted to talk about coming in here was just kind of tell my story, but at the same time, like I'm always looking for connections and looking to ways to get my name out there, because I still am waiting for the moment to get everything ready to put out my solo projects, because that's what I've been working on for the last 8 months. Along with the show, but since that came about, I couldn't really pursue them, so I had to put a pause on everything. So I'm a musician and I'm an artist, but I haven't been able to kind of show myself as a solo artist yet, and that's kind of what I'm really excited to do with the TV show, and I'm excited to really, just kind of relaunch myself, because I don't want to be known as the guy that sings covers on YouTube. I'm a real singer, I'm a real artist, so that's kind of what what I came back home to Chicago to do. So I've been working the last year on getting stuff together, and I know I'm going down the right track. That's all I can really say. So I know it's a cool journey. So, but I know passion has been the theme with everything, and that's kind of how all of us are here, because we're passionate about something, and that's what I truly believe is the most important thing in life. Is if you just stay, you stay passionate and you stay hungry for success, you're going to be successful. So no matter what happens, no matter what comes about and what kind of bumps you have along the way, you just always have to keep going, because you never know what can happen if you just keep pushing through. So I just wanted to say thank you for listening to this awful presentation and this awful speech. But yeah, so like I said, I'm not used to speaking, I'm used to singing, but I just want you guys to make sure to tune in though. You gotta tune in on September 23rd, alright? So thank you. Yeah, my Facebook, I have cards too, so I brought some cards so you guys can remember. Businessman, but doesn't have a business presentation at all. But yeah, but Facebook.com/Michael Lynch ML, and then same for Twitter, Michael Lynch ML. But I got cards, so.
I mean, I can sing too. But you y'all put it on fresh right now.
I don't know. I didn't really come prepared with anything. I was just gonna try to talk, but what kind of stuff do you guys want to hear? I can do. I can take requests. Some Spanish? Some Spanish. Let's see. Well, I'm trying to think what I could do really quick. We'll stick with a voice theme. How about some Maroon 5, some Adam Levine?
Yeah.
I can do that. Let me see how the vocal cords are doing on this one. All right. Mike, can you come play the guitar for me, buddy? Yeah, we got some karaoke tracks. Alright, let's. Alright, here we go. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Still some covers share some skin. Clouds are shrouding us in moments unforgettable. You twist to fit the mold that I am in. I just started way too high to hit this part. But things just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. And I would gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew that someday it would lead me back to you. That someday it would lead me back to you. That maybe all I need. In darkness she is all I see. So come